Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. Well, last time you remember I said that I was going to go ahead and sell off gear and try and figure out where I went wrong in finding the hidden chest in Hawks Hollow that we're supposed to find. Well, darn the luck, wouldn't you know it, it turned out that in making my way back to Loriel I found that there were a few things that we somehow bypassed by not staying on the road. So I reloaded my game and we were going to go and deal with these things here because it turns out there is a trap and a treasure chest that we completely missed. So we'll stay along the road here and probably trip the trap, although Goraf did detect it this time. And yes, this is another one of the magical traps that has a Mortal magician attacking us. Thankfully, we only have to worry about getting past him. But let's go ahead and give Owyn a chance to try and use his fireball spell. I am stunned. Stunned that actually worked. Now, thankfully, the Mortal magician won't attack us as long as somebody's standing next to him, so that gives us a chance to heal Owyn back up. Well, we can take the gold and the restoratives at least. So yes, we have that. And then the other thing that we missed, ironically by not staying on the road this time, was that there is a chest hidden behind this mountain just south of Loriel, another Mortal Riddle Chest. You will invite him into your house, yet you will know him not. Once you get to know him, this thing he will no longer be. Well, what do you call somebody you don't know? A stranger. And more stuff we can't actually pick up yet. And even though we are a stone's throw away from Loriel at this point, we'll go ahead and wait for daybreak because... Did we get everything off of these guys? Yes, we did. Yeah, by the time we got there, if the sun is down, we can't actually get anything. Unfortunately, he will not buy our lamprey swords. Yeah, won't buy the magic scroll. Yeah, we'll give that to Locklear, see if he functions better with a regular human sword. Well, that got us a fair bit. Now to go back and start picking up all the junk that we couldn't get before. Yes, unfortunately we do have to spell this out every single time to retrieve our ill-gotten gains. Stay on the road to find that one magician corpse. Stumbled across this. There actually is a chest northeast of Hawks Hollow. Not the one we're looking for, or were looking for, because I did figure out where I went wrong with this. Yep, due north. I thought it was due north. Oops. Okay, southwest. Yeah, easily hidden. Axes and swords will not help you through, yet it and a little push will do. Some in the road would have fought and soon died were it not close at hand to let them inside. Well, hope I can find the key for this one. I got 40 gold and a spy note. The 5 indicate increased distant activity centered near the Krondor region. Should any Mord held not bearing the agreed-upon hand tattoo into the kingdom, or pass into the kingdom, you are to assassinate them summarily and, above all, prevent contact with Krondor. Well, don't know who the 5 are, but, yeah, the figure asking to look at the hands and look for scrolls. Might suspicious, that. Right, so the chest west of Hawks Hollow. Well, I thought that there was a road leading to it. That was what was throwing me. So here we have this mass of rogues who are guarding the chest. And yeah, what threw me is I was looking for a pathway to it. There's actually 2 pathways that lead to nothing. You have to look for a little hidden alcove that doesn't have a path leading to it. But that's neither here nor there. Thankfully, these rogues do seem to be set on their individual targets. So now that we've got one down, well, actually, let's just let Owyn rest up. Locklear and Goref should be able to handle these guys. And hey, we have a Gilder key. Very important to have a variety of keys. And another spy note. Mates, it looks like I may have opened my mouth a bit too much wide. I think those funny talking elves what live in the Northlands might have caught on to the fact that I'd nicked some of their booty. You best go and clear out our safe box near Hawks Hollow, but remember I puts a lock on it so none could get into it. Lucan. Wasn't that the thief who we just caught trying to pickpocket us? Yes, it was. And hey, we now have over 200 gold. Okay, so I've got everybody except for Locklear loaded for bear. And 221 gold. And here is the treasure chest we've been looking for. But we're going to want to be very careful with this one. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and rest Owyn up to full, because this chest is booby-trapped, and for good measure, we're going to save our game as well. Because even with our improved booby-trap sensing abilities and our improved lockpicking skills, there's no way we're going to be able to disarm this trap. Owyn grabbed Goref's shoulder. Startled by the sudden movement, Goref halted and gazed up at his companion. "What's wrong?" "The chest," Owyn replied. "Give me a moment." Concentrating thoughts, I'd never seen overload the Wayne already before him, different only in the fact that it included a manding for the box, a skin of naphtha, napalm, it's the same thing. "It's trapped," Owyn replied, dazed by the effects of the spell. "Someone's rigged it to explode the minute the lift is lifted. Shall we try to deactivate it?" Well, that did hurt everybody, but not that bad. But now we should be able to open it. And we have an emerald, which you have room for, and a bottle of redweed brew, which we also don't have room for. Thankfully, that got rid of the one. And I believe we can pass that on to Locklear to free up some space for Owyn to take that. So, another side trip back to Loriel is in order, I think. And you know we have this icon here that indicates that the Scent of Serrig spell is still active. It's a very useful spell to have going in a dungeon, because it lasts for 12 hours per 5 hit points worth of casting, a veritable bargain as far as these things go. And there's the Plague House. We want to avoid there. And we might as well stop back off and sell our gear here. even though we will be circling back around to Yabin to sell off our lamprey swords, but also because Brother Jeremy, who we're going to go have a very long talk with, is selling stuff there. Yeah, so we already sharpened that one. So yeah, we are slowly but surely building up a small fortune here. I meant to use the one that only had one use left on it. Well, hey, we've got plenty of these at the moment. And, well, heck, we won't buy the archery bolts. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give these to Owyn for the moment. He's got plenty of open inventory. Magician shrugging off the magic scroll. That amuses me. Alright, so with our inventory clear and over 300 gold at this point, crime and netley. And yet what we're going to pick up from Brother Jeremy will make all this aggravation worth the while. Or worth our while. In fact, while we're here, I think we got in just before closing. He doesn't have enough room. Actually, we'll go ahead and give all these to Gorath. Okay. Sadly, we will not be able to hack our way down on this one. Now, I know what you're thinking. Am I really going to just play the practice lutes just to boost my barding skill? Yes, I am. Because barding, believe it or not, is going to become incredibly helpful for us later on as far as making money goes, and these lutes will pay for themselves. Because just one of these, you'll remember, boosted our barding skill by 10 last time. Jumped up to 66. Now bear in mind I'm completely wearing out each of these in a day. You'll note that our rations are going down slightly. So we went from 66 to 76. 87. And now with one more. And in the span of about 3 minutes, we now have a 98% barding skill. Which means we are going to make insane amounts of money anytime we play in a tavern from now on. Every little bit helps. So now let's go find Brother Jeremy. And I think we will finally be ready to make our way to Lamont. Oh, and yeah, we did put our skills back where they should be. And yeah, everything's going pretty well there. Looks like strength went up for Locklear. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save here just to test something. Locklear angrily shoved open the door to Jeremy's house. "We shall have a word with you, scribe," he spat. "You suspected that box was rigged to explode. That's why it was the only one you hadn't surveyed. Believe what you like, but no, I had no idea it was trapped." Locklear glanced at the bald-headed man, who returned their gaze with contempt. "We should take it out of your hide, but provided you hold up to your end of the bargain, I suppose we'll let you be, as we have more important matters to attend to." "What? More important than threatening scribes?" Jeremy snapped, picking a book and thrusting into Locklear's hands. "I'll not have you accuse me of being a shyster on top of any other crimes you care to manufacture about me. Get out of here." Without a word, they left, slamming the door behind them. So what did that net us? Well, it netted us a copy of Fulfid's Bird Migrations. Locklear grunted, the volume a leaden weight in his hands. Considering the difficulty he had in working through even the thinnest written works presented to him, he was astonished any writer would actually have the stamina to fill thousands or more of pages stitched between the book's levered covers. So yes, this sounds like it should be the most boring and useless book of all time, right? Wrong. It turns out that this book is the most valuable artifact in the game. Because when you read it, something magic happens. Not literal magic, but nice. Many times Locklear flipped back to the cover of the book to reaffirm that the title had in some way been connected to the migration of birds. While the author had begun a discussion on winged wildlife, he had quickly meandered into a discussion of the famed battles of Midkemia, continued on to a reiteration of various battle songs, diverted to a rant about the prices of ale in the Kingdom taverns, tangentially lamented about the plight of magicians, and then ended on a humorous anecdote about his mother-in-law having consumed a vial of Fadimir's formula to outslug a Surani warrior in a bar brawl. So we'll pass that on to Owyn, have him read it. Pass that on to Gorath, who is overburdened and cannot read it, so we will hand Owyn a scroll and now have him read it. So what is the net effect of this? The party's abilities have increased, but increased is putting it mildly. All of their stats have just gone up a fair bit, and I think the increase was greatest in the stuff we had highlighted. Owyn, in fact, now having a 100% in barding, and his defense and melee have now gone up to where they are almost the equal of Gorath, at least as far as defense goes. And Locklear is much better with a sword than he was. Unfortunately, we will not be able to do much with that book again. There's a chance that we'll get a boost again from reading it, but only a very minute one. And that brings us back to Yabin, and where we started this game. So you'll note that we have taken a rather circular path going around to get to this point. Having thoroughly explored all the way around this pathway here to go to Zun and back, and having completely skipped the very first city that we are meant to go to when we play this game. So now that we are a bit better equipped and our stats are a bit better and we have, well, not only gotten some more spells, but actually have a bonus spell of our first offensive spell, I think we shall go ahead and close this chapter here. And next time we will continue on to Lamont and start the game in the way it is meant to be started. We will see you next time.